Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a man who embodied the very essence of entertainment, the incomparable Bob Hope. With a career spanning over 7 decades, Bob Hope's name became synonymous with laughter, patriotism, and dedication to his craft. But before he became a household name, Bob Hope was just a young boy with big dreams, growing up in the streets of London and later Cleveland, Ohio. Born Leslie Towns Hope on May 29, 1903, in Eltham, London, England, Bob was the fifth of 7 sons to William Henry Hope, a stonemason, and Avis Towns Hope, a former schoolteacher. The Hope family lived in a small house at 44 Whitehall Street, in a working-class neighborhood where entertainment options were limited, but creativity thrived. Young Bob's early life was marked by a love for performance, often putting on shows for his family and neighbors. In 1908, when Bob was just 5 years old, his family immigrated to the United States, settling in Cleveland, Ohio. The Hope family made their home at 1036 East 25th Street in the city's Kinsman neighborhood, where Bob would spend most of his formative years. His father found work as a stonemason, and the family struggled to make ends meet, but they always prioritized education and encouraged Bob's creative pursuits. Bob attended Fairview Elementary School, where he developed a passion for singing, dancing, and telling jokes. He was especially drawn to the vaudeville performances at the local theater, where he would often sneak in to watch the shows. The likes of Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and W.C. Fields were his idols, and he spent hours practicing their routines in front of the mirror. As a teenager, Bob worked various odd jobs to support his family, including a stint as a newsboy for the Cleveland Press, earning 10 cents per hour. He also performed in local talent shows and amateur nights, honing his skills as a singer, dancer, and comedian. In 1918, at the age of 15, Bob dropped out of Fairview High School to pursue a career in show business. It was during this period that he met his future wife, Dolores Redd, a beautiful and talented singer who would become his partner both on and off stage. The two met while performing at a local theater, and their romance blossomed as they traveled the vaudeville circuit together. The early 1920s saw Bob begin to make a name for himself in the entertainment world, performing in towns and cities across the United States. He developed his signature quick wit, charming audiences with his clever one-liners and physical comedy. It was during this period that he started to refine his craft, learning how to read crowds, timing his jokes, and perfecting his stage presence. As we explore the early life of Bob Hope, it's clear that his formative years were marked by a combination of hardship, determination, and creative curiosity. From his childhood days in London to his teenage years in Cleveland, Bob was drawn to the spotlight, driven by an insatiable desire to entertain and make people laugh. The 1930s were a pivotal time for Bob Hope, as he began to make a name for himself in radio. His big break came in 1935 when he landed a spot on the popular radio show The Capitol Family, alongside actress Shirley Booth. This exposure led to more opportunities, and soon Bob was hosting his own radio show, The Bob Hope Show, which debuted in 1938. The program featured a mix of comedy, music, and interviews with top celebrities, and it quickly became one of the most popular shows on the airwaves. As Bob's star continued to rise, he made his film debut in 1938 with a small role in the movie The Big Broadcast of 1938. However, it was his starring turn in the 1940 film The Ghostbreakers that truly showcased his comedic talents and established him as a leading man. Over the next several decades, Bob would go on to appear in over 70 films, including classics like Road to Singapore, My Favorite Brunette, and Son of Paleface. One of Bob's most enduring legacies is his work with the USO, the United Service Organizations. In 1941, he began performing for American troops stationed overseas, and over the next 4 decades, he would go on to entertain millions of servicemen and women in over 60 countries. These legendary USO tours, which often took place in war zones or remote outposts, earned Bob numerous awards and accolades, including a Congressional Gold Medal and a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Bob's dedication to the USO was more than just a publicity stunt. It was a deeply personal commitment that stemmed from his own experiences as an immigrant and his gratitude for the opportunities he had received in America. He once said, "I've been fortunate enough to have had a wonderful career, and I feel that it's my duty to give back to those who are serving our country." This sense of patriotism and duty would become a hallmark of Bob's career, and it continues to inspire admiration and respect from audiences around the world. Throughout his long and storied career, Bob Hope was motivated by a desire to make people laugh and forget their troubles. He once said, "I've always believed that laughter is the best medicine, and I've tried to use my talents to bring a little bit of joy into people's lives." This commitment to entertaining and uplifting others is a testament to Bob's character and his enduring legacy as one of the most beloved entertainers of all time. As we look back on Bob Hope's remarkable career, it's clear that his success was not just due to his talent or charisma, but also to his hard work and dedication. From his early days in vaudeville to his later years as a Hollywood legend, Bob always pushed himself to be better, to innovate, and to give back to others. In the latter part of his life, Bob continued to work tirelessly with the USO, entertaining troops in Vietnam, Korea, and other parts of the world. His dedication to the organization was unwavering, and he remained committed to bringing joy and laughter to those serving their country. In 1997, Bob was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian honor awarded by Congress, for his lifetime of service to the USO. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Bob also continued to perform in films and television shows, albeit at a slower pace than in his earlier years. He appeared in several made-for-TV movies and specials, including Bob Hope's Birthday Special and Bob Hope's Christmas Show. These performances allowed him to remain connected with his audience and to continue doing what he loved most, making people laugh. In addition to his work with the USO and in entertainment, Bob was also recognized for his philanthropic efforts. He was a longtime supporter of various charitable organizations, including the Boy Scouts of America, the American Red Cross, and the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. In 1985, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Ronald Reagan for his contributions to American culture and society. As Bob Hope entered his 90s, he began to slow down, and his public appearances became less frequent. However, he remained active in his charitable work and continued to support the USO, attending various events and ceremonies to honor American servicemen and women. In 2003, at the age of 100, Bob passed away, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and entertain people around the world. Today, Bob Hope's impact on American entertainment and culture is still widely felt. His pioneering work in radio, film, and television paved the way for future generations of comedians and entertainers. His commitment to the USO and his philanthropic efforts have inspired countless others to give back to their communities and to support those in need. As we reflect on Bob Hope's remarkable life, it's clear that his success was not just due to his talent or charisma, but also to his hard work, dedication, and generosity of spirit. He once said, "I've been fortunate enough to have had a wonderful career, and I feel that it's my duty to give back to those who are serving our country." This sense of duty and responsibility is a testament to Bob's character and a reminder of the enduring power of his legacy. In conclusion, Bob Hope's life was a true American success story, a rags-to-riches tale of a young immigrant who rose to become one of the most beloved entertainers of all time. Through his work with the USO, his philanthropic efforts, and his countless performances on stage and screen, Bob brought joy and laughter to millions of people around the world. As we remember his remarkable life and legacy, we are reminded of the importance of hard work, dedication, and giving back to others, values that continue to inspire us today. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Bob Hope, a true icon of Hollywood's golden age. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.